Okay, so we created this little animation in the last tutorial where the wheel spun round and round and round. Okay, which is nice and useful, but that's happening in the main timeline. So we're going to talk a little bit about movie clips here. And movie clips are like small animations in their own right. At the moment I've got a graphic movie clip of this wheel. What I'm going to do is create a new symbol. So I'm going to go to Insert. Create a new symbol. And this time I'm going to call it move for movie underscore wheel. And I'm going to make it a movie clip. So I'm now into the timeline for this movie clip. And I can see I've got my two different symbols here. What I'm going to do with this is to drag the graphic of the wheel into this movie clip, and I'm going to do exactly that animation that we just did, but this time within the movie clip. Okay, so I'm going to create my frames, create my motion tween, select the last frame, go to properties, and I'm going to do my rotation, make it rotate a couple of times. So if I go back to the scene, I'll show you the difference. I just put on a new layer, the movie clip of the wheel. So I'm just going to drag that on. So you notice there's no animation, there's no motion in this timeline. So we've got our two different versions of this. We've got on this layer the one that we've actually animated in the main timeline, and this one is the movie clip. Let's just have a look at what that looks like. So you can see they do exactly the same thing. Now, why that's useful is because having this animated in its own timeline rather than on the main timeline allows us to do something a bit more flexible. So I'm just going to get rid of all of these frames, in fact, and remove them, and get rid of this layer. I'm going to create myself a new symbol. And this symbol is going to be called movie clip underscore car. It's a movie clip symbol. And now I'm in the timeline for that symbol. And I'm going to drag a car body that I've designed onto the first layer. And onto the second layer, I'm going to drag a couple of the wheels that I've designed. Now those wheels are looking quite tough on that little car. Quite cool. I'm just going to make that one a little bit smaller, using my shift key to get proportional. Pop that into place. This one does need to be a little bit smaller. I'm going to go for a sort of tough looking car. Needs to come down a bit, and let's just angle the body slightly so it looks a bit more like a dragster. Now if I close that and go back to my scene and into my first frame, drag my car. I need to create a keyframe in that, insert keyframe, drag my car. We can see the effect of that. So I've got my wheels spinning the wrong way round at the moment. I would have to get them spinning the right way around. But I've got my car with wheels spinning. Now if I animate that, I'm starting to get some interesting effects.